Hello everyone, my name is Karim Shousha. I'm senior lighting artist at Ubisoft, and today I am so excited to present my new tool, Day Night Pro. What's Day Night Pro? Day Night Pro, it's a tool that will allow you to create the dynamic sky system with a very hyper realistic lighting, which is mean you can switch between day and night, or you can even run your light during the 24-hour circle. The light will be running during the day and you will get very hyper realistic lighting during the day. So I know there is many tools can make the same job, but believe me, my tools, it's very special. Why? Because I have very simple options, which is will allow everyone can use it, and for sure the fair price. My tool, it's just $20, and also there is a great feature I added, which is something very cool. Your light will be turned on and turned off during the day and night, like a sync mirage. If you ever play a sync mirage, you will see the light that turn it on during the night and turn it off during the day, which is something very difficult to make it manually in Unreal Engine. But with my tools, it's gonna be automatically turn it on and turn it off. Okay, so how we can adjust the setting, and the setting, as I said, it's very simple that everyone can be use it if you have experience in lighting or not. And believe me, you will get unlimited modes for the sky like in real life, 100%. Okay, so the first thing, when you open the project, you will find this Day Night Pro folder. All you need to do, just press migrate, right click migrate, and okay, and then you have to put it inside your content project. So select your project and then open content folder and press select folder. That's it. Once you did that, you will find here. I would prefer you can add set color and select your favorite color to just bring the attention and to not lose with your folders. Here you will be able to find my blueprint. All right, so when you open the folder, you will find the blueprint itself and three source light, which is mean you will not need to use this light source anymore. From here you can use my point light or rectangle light or spotlight, because this is gonna be turned on and turned off automatically in the tools. So the first thing, you can just drag and drop and replace it in your place, and that's it. You see, now we have very nice sky lighting. But not about this, believe me, we're gonna change the mood completely. So let's start with the setting. The first setting you can looking for here, it's level sequence setting. What is level sequence setting? It's basically to let the blueprint running inside the level sequence. Let's say you are working in the cinematic and you want to make the blueprint running automatically in level sequence, so it's gonna running automatically in the level sequence with no issue. All right, but if you don't want to be running in the level sequence, let's say, I mean the 24-hour rate, you can just put this in 0, and the source light or the sunlight and the moonlight will not be rotated. So, but what exactly the 24-hour rate? The first option here, it's a speed of time. So let's put this 0.5, and I want to remove this and start to play the game. You see the light start to running so fast and switch it from the day to night. Boom, we have this nice light, right? So if you reduce the amount to 0. Let's say 0.1, the light will be move very slowly. 0.1, it's medium, but it's gonna be fast. So it's up to you. You have the option to control of your speed for the light. All right, so the second option, the time of day, which is mean here the light, it's in the top of the sky at 12 p.m. like in real life. That's mean this is the time. So now I'm thinking to make the sunset mood. So the sunset, it's gonna be around 5:30 maybe. And all you need to do, just start to rotate the blueprint itself, and boom, that's what we get. Okay, but how we can reach the maximum quality? So now from here you can control of the time of day. So now we can switch between the night and the day, but let's keep it here for now. So the third option here, it's a global light intensity, which is something related to this light. Let's say you have 100 of light in the scene, and you need to increase or reduce the light intensity. You can simply use this option. It will affect on all light you have in the scene. All right, so this light has a specific light intensity, and this one, it's for the global light intensity. This option, global light delay min, what does it mean? So if we turn it to the night, okay, and let's say here during the sunrise, you want the light to be still running until 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. So from here you can change the daily light, which is the light will turn it off around 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. But let's say you want your light to be turned off at 5 a.m. So you can simply, change here. So now if we are at night, you see the light is gonna start to turn it off around 5 or 6 a.m., which is something very cool, right? So you have the unlimited control of your lights. So let's go back here and bring this one. All right, so also we have the option, it's called sky luminance color. What is sky luminance color? This option, it's gonna change your sky mood completely. So here it's 1, but if we add 2, now we have this very nice blending sky. And not only this, but if you even if you change the color, it will affect on your global light illumination or the skylight. You see now we have this very beautiful light, indirect light comes from the sky. So that's mean the sky is gonna reflect on your environment like in real life to get any mood you want. So I will put this value now on 2. And now we have the skylight intensity day and night. Whenever you see anything day and night, that's mean you will have a control, and this very power option also in my blueprint. This tool, which is during the day, the exposure and the light is completely different from the night. Sometimes if you try to tweak the light during the day, you will get it too bright during the night, or even if you make it during the night more darker, you will get it also darker during the day, which is something quite harder to make the balance between the day and night. But with this tool, you will have control only for something during the day and the light for during the night. So here I can change the skylight intensity. I can add more, or you can keep it as 1. It's up to you. Also during the night, if we switch to the night mode, like here, you see now I can put 0 or 10. It's up to you. But you see here this skylight intensity it will never affect during the day because we are in night mode right now. Okay, so also we have the night sky color, which is something also related to the night mode. Let's say you want to make the sky more visible. So from here you can change the mood of the sky, because there is some weather effect. I want to have some storm or foggy mood. You can change your sky mood from here to get different moods. This for the sky only. But before I continue, I just want to increase or decrease the amount of the clouds. So if you open, okay, so we're gonna come to this option after, but I just need to reduce the amount. So now we have less cloud, which is something very cool. Okay, so let's go back here and continue. Here we have the start texture. You can change the stars texture during the night. If you ever have any other texture, you can replace your texture here to have more sky, like the aura effect or even any sky mode. But try to put at least 8K texture. All right, so after that we have the star intensity also during the night. If we switch to the night, you can add more intensity to make the stars more visible in the sky. Or you can even change the color for the sky. So now you have a freedom to change your mood. After that, we have very nice option, which is something I'm always feel it's power tool also, or power option here, the light source glow, which is mean you, if you want to have a glow effect on your source light, the like the sunlight or the moonlight, you can increase the amount. You see, boom, we have this very nice mood, right? So here you can play with this value to have this nice mood. You see, now we have completely different mood and it looks realistic. And what is the make my tool it's perfect? Because the light or eye adaptation, it's gonna be balanced automatically. So if you ever go in for the interior scenes and go back to the exterior, the exposure will never change. You always have the nice balance exposure and the light. All right, so that's everything here in the Atmos. Here, so after that we have the option for the post processing. I didn't add all the post processing option, which is mean you can add your own post processor on top of my blueprint and you can tweak your post processing, but try to avoid any options that I added here. The first option, it's temperature. You see, boom, just small change, it will change your scene completely. So I'm using this option sometimes during the day or even during the night. During the night, if we take a look here, the light looks too bluish, which is something not makes sense. And to achieve the realism look, try to put this 7500. Now we have a real sky light. All right, so I don't know what's happening here again. So the light cover, yes, I just need less cloud. Now take a look the difference between the temperature now for this one and this one. It's completely different, right? Because the moonlight actually it's white, not bluish, but more bluish, which is mean more stylized, more Pixar mood. But this one it's more realistic or more realism mood. After that we have the option. Let's go back here. We have the vignette, so you can add some vignette effect, and the contrast for sure you can add some contrasts. And the mid-tone, which is something very cool, I'm always like to play with it because it makes the scene completely, it changes your scene completely. So you can just play with different amounts. Now you see the difference between this one, this more yellowish. Here we have some nice blending between the sky and the the sun to make some nice color harmony between the blue and the yellow. So you can even get different moods. And the third option here, it's scene color tint. The scene color tint, it's gonna add tint effect on your scene. Also, it's gonna make your scene looks more beautiful if you use, but don't go crazy with the amount. But for sure you can go something like this to reach the night mood, but this is a fake mood, night mood. So now we have a real lighting, so you can reach the night mode very easily. So you can play with this mode. You see we can get different night mode, and look at the sky, look at the mood. I spent more than 6 months to just take some videos and the reference to make sure that everything similar in the real life. After that, we have the mid gray. This option I'm always using during in the interior scenes, and I'm gonna show you this in the interior scenes. So this option to bring more light or to balance your scene more, especially in the interior scenes. So don't try to use this for the exterior. For sure you can use it, but the default setting, it's fine. The exposure day and night also, which is something you can control for your exposure during the day. That's mean if we are in 12 p.m. and go back here in the post-processing, you see if I change the exposure for night, it will never affect during the day, but exposure day, it will affect on the day. And if I switch to the night, now we can go here and change the exposure for the night, which is mean now you have a freedom to change between day and night and make nice balance. All right, so after that, let's talk about the shadow contrast day and night, also something related to the interior scenes, or you can even use it here. So to bring more light or to have less shadow contrast in the scene, which is something I'm always used to reach the realism look. And I'm gonna show you this in the other scene. That's everything. Here also you have a slope. I use slope here to reach the raw image. If I want to make some post-processing in Photoshop or any other software, I am always try to put this value on 0.6 or 0.5. You take a look between this and this, because I need to add my own contrast and the color palette in Photoshop. So I try to export the images as a raw image. Okay, so now that's everything in the post-processing. As I said, you can add your own post-processor and add more post-processor effects. So now let's talk about the cloud control, which is something very nice in my tools. Here, the clouds material. The first option here, on and off, so you can turn it off the cloud to get this nice clear sky. You see, sometimes you just need to have this beautiful clear sky, because during the winter sometimes the sky is getting very clear. So you can turn it off or turn it on the clouds. And here we have the option cloud visibility. You can add more or less cloud. You see, now we have this nice low cloud. It's completely change your mood. So all you need to do, just bring your reference and start to play with this option. The cloud visibility also, the cloud, the cloud height. We talk about the cloud height and the cloud visibility. So it's the same option here. You can get more or less. If you want to add, let's go take a look on the horizon. So here, 10. Take a look in the sky here. Wow, you see even the sky from the far, it looks very nice. 200, you can get more cloud effect, but the default value, it's good enough. Okay, So now we have some options here, which is something very cool to play with, but all you need to do, you can change the color for the cloud itself. All right, and you have the texture scaling. You can change the scale of your clouds. You have also three options here, which is something very important. The cloud coverage, you can get different cloud mode. Let's say you want to have a cloudy and raining day, so I can add more foggy effect like this. And if we scroll down, boom, turn it on, this one, but I am gonna prefer to add snow. Wow. That's it. You see, it's very simple, right? So you can play with this option to get this nice mood. Okay, so let's go back here. And also the cloud density. So you can add more cloud density or to have less cloud density. And the storm here also the option, we said we have now this cloudy effect and you want to start to have some lightning in the sky. So with this option, we're gonna have some nice lightning. And also from, if you scroll down, you can change from the storm. You will have the full control for the storm. You, if you want to reach more speed of the lightning, you can add more timing, flickering. You have a lot of controls to do whatever you want. All right, so you can play with this option. So let's go back to this sky. Okay, so that one is good. All right, so let's go back here and continue on this thing. We have the fake cloud intensity also. Uh, if you want to have a cloud shadow, real cloud shadow, you can go to the sunlight and go down and turn on cast cloud shadow, but there is a weird flicker that's happening. I don't know from where, but that's why I keep this off. But believe me, you can reach the same quality from the fake cloud shadow. So if we go down here, fake cloud shadow, you can start to increase this value, but to see it more here, we can just select this one. Or I think here we can see it. You see here we have this fake cloud shadow. So you can add more shadow or less shadow. You can control of the tiling, the contrasts. We have this nice mode. All right, so you have different control of the cloud shadow to bring more realism look. And the reason that let me show everything in this scene, because one of the hardest light you can reach if you have everything is white. When you have everything is white, it's very difficult to make the balance between the sky and the environment. That's why I am trying to show you why my tool it's very powerful. Right, so that's everything in the cloud. Now it's time to talk about the sun. We have many options to change the sun mood. But the first thing I just want to make, oh, this too. All right. Just want to make this more brighter. So here you can change the color of your sky. Wow, you see now we have this beautiful sunset mood. Or you can even change the color as you wish. And here we have the light intensity. You can add some low intensity or keep it 10. It's up to you, depending on your scene. you can change your intensity. Also the sunlight and direct light, add one. It's up to you. For the interior scene, it's very important, and I'm gonna show you how we can play with this setting. Here also the sun source for radius, which is something also very cool. So I'm gonna make this has low gloss to see the light source. So if you go here and start to increase this amount, you see now we can get some nice, source of sun. You can make it bigger or smaller, so depending on your scene. If we go to the horizon here and start to change the time of day, let's see here, and boom, you can go down and add more. You see this beautiful sky, it's similar like in real life. Okay, so after that we have volumetric light. You can turn on the volumetric light to add more volumetric to the sun. You see here we have this nice volumetric light. And also we have these two options. It's great so far. This can also change your sky mood completely. During the sunset and sunrise, the light has to change with different mood. So with this option you can play, you see, just start to change this mood and boom, you can get different mood. Even here, this more for the sunset. The sunset, it's mostly yellowish, and the sunrise, it's yellowish, and the sunrise, the sunrise, it's yellowish, and the sunset, it's more reddish. But it depends on the ozone effect and the sky system, but even it depends on your own reference. So, but if we take a look here, you see, we have this nice control. You can change your mood and you can play with this one. Now we can get very nice mood effect. You see, wow. So that's it. It's a very simple option, right? So now that's everything in the sun control. Now we're gonna talk about the moon color, the moon control. So it's time to switch to the moon. Thank you, sun. So now we have the moon, which is the way I spend a lot of time to reach this quality. And here we didn't change anything. This is the default value. So you can get this mode. So the first option here, the moon color. So you can change your moon color for sure for the lights and the intensity. Sometimes I feel that's too strong, so you can put it as 1, or you can add more moon, but don't go crazy with this value. So 2.5 until 5, which is fine, still fine. And sometimes I put just 1. Okay, but you see here we have this nice effect. Also we have the indirect light. You can add more indirect light illumination from the moon, something we're gonna see in the interior scene. And for the moon soft shadow, you can add more soft shadow. Also, I am gonna show you this in the other scenes, but here you can really see this effect. This is the sharp shadow, and now we start to get some nice soft shadow. All right. Also, we have the moon phases. If you just search here, press search here, you can switch between different moon phases. So you have full moon or half moon, or this one or this one, or even there is no moon effect. so you can switch between different mode. Also you have control for the rotation. You can control the rotation of the moon. You can change the moon color. Let's say you need this yellowish or the reddish effect. The moon scale, you can make your moon more bigger or more smaller, and the resolution, it's very it's very cool. So if you just scale it here, you see, you start to see the details for the moon. We have the moon emissive. You can add more emissive color to your moon, and even the glow around the moon, you can control of the glow around the moon. So this option also available. So that's everything in the moon. You see, I just give you some simple options to play with, and in the meantime it's gonna give you strong modes. So after that, we gonna go to the fog control. The fog control, you will have, you can control of your fog. You can add more foggy effects like this one. You can control of your high fog, because if you want to keep the sky visible and to just reach this nice quality, you see we have this very beautiful modes. So you have also option for the fog control, right? And the volumetric, for sure you can turn on or turn off the volumetric. All right, so that's this option also available. And that's it. After that, we have the weather control. It's very simple, like what I added in Sky Atmo Pro. You can simply turn on this one and switch between the rain. If you put this value on 1 or 2, you will have the rain. Also, you can change the direction of your rain. So if I add 2000 here, now we have different angle. You see now it's changed. Or I can put this 0 and add, you see now we have this heavy snow. But with fog strange, you can add the value 5. Now it's gonna be more realism. Snowflake. And also you have the option to adjust the snowflakes sizes. So if we switch to, here you see we have this very nice mood effect. Okay, so that's everything here. Let's keep this. I love to have this slow snow. So that's everything in my blueprint. You can, as I mentioned, you can get different mode with my blueprint. Uh, you can go different between different time of day, right? So you have the options to get any mode you are looking for. Sorry, here we can play with this. You see, boom, wow, we have this nice mode. All you need to do, just start to play with this option and you will get different modes. All right, so now let's test this in the interior scenes. So I have this scene. All right, this is the interior scene, and we're gonna remove this for now and go here to day night pro, drag it and drop. All right, so if we play the game, we have this very nice lighting effect. You see the sky looks very natural. Even the balance looks nice. You see that the light, it's move automatically as I mentioned. Wow, take a look on this. You see even the transition between the day and night is very smoothly, so you will have this realism look. So now you can go inside and start to see what's gonna happening here. But let's remove all the lights here. I remove everything here and I'm gonna select the blueprint. Now the interiors, it's quite harder than the exterior. So how we can get nice lighting? So the first thing, I'm gonna change the time of day. Let's say it's 13, or we can keep it this and start to change from here. All right, so I'm gonna change the direction from here. The first thing you're gonna need to do, it's skylight intensity day. So at night also it's gonna be quite darker, so you can put this 4 and this 4. All right, so 4 it's a good value. Then we can go to the slope and mid gray and the shadow contrast. The shadow contrast in the day 0.7. If you change to 0.6, wow, now we have this nice mood. And also from the sun you can add some nice indirect light, because normally the sunlight has to bounce it the light, or to have some nice bounced light. So now everything completely changed from dark to bright. So if I copy this and change this option and pasted this one, so take a look difference between this and this with just simple step. All right, so now you can start to change the sun color. If you want to change the sun color, it's up to you, or you can play with the slope also to bring more light to your interior scenes. Now we have to test it in different time of day until we reach the sunset. It's still visible, which is something cool. This option, we, as I mentioned before, we can put this on 2. And from here, the middle gray, you can add just 1. And that's it. Now, if we played, because I need to remove this one. Now, if we play the game, you see, we have this nice lighting. You see the transition between the day and night. But here is the problem. The night, it's still darker, right? So how we can fix this? So I will change this one and switch to the night. Now the night, it's completely dark because we need to tweak the setting. So we already put this at 4. And here we have to add this source. Let's add it 0.6. And just want to bring more light here. And at night we can put this value on 2, or also you can put it at 1. And exposure night, I would prefer to add 2, because during the sunset we need to have more exposure, so which is something cool to have it. But listen, this is the only moonlight. The moonlight never cast all of this light, because we can add some nice light props. But here at least we have this nice lighting. But what's the problem here? So if we go back to the outside, now the sky is too bright, which doesn't make sense, right? So how we can make the sky looks darker without effect on the interior? So if you remember this option, all you need to do, just add this one And from here, let's go back. This option, okay, you can change the mood, and from mid we can play with this one. So now if we go back here, we have this nice effect, and where the moon, I need to add some intensity in direct light. So put more intensity here. So now we have this mood, but how we can reach the quality of this scene? So if you remember this light, it's time to use it. So I'm gonna start with rectangle light and rotate it 90 degree. And I'm gonna put it here, right? So I will not, but it's okay. We can play with this setting. Okay, so once everything is set here, now because this radius is too big, so we can change the radius of this one, and I will start to copy this value, but I feel it's too strong, so let's put this value in 0.4. Or you know what, we can keep it 1 for now, or 0.1, and here I can put the 5,550 and add here. The only thing is missing to add some light intensity, so I will put this on 5 volumetric to have some nice volumetric, and here we can add 3. So now we have this nice lighting. We can copy, or we can keep this dark, and I'm gonna add a spotlight to have this nice spotlight, make the shadow more softer, and from here, and this one I would like to have 7,500. I need this white light, right? So if we put this value on 5, we will have more light intensity. So I will this here also. So now we have this scene. Now the scene, it's getting more nicer, right? So if we go back to the blueprint itself, the Night Pro, you remember this global light intensity. So if you put this in 2000, now we can change the intensity of the global light. All right, so 2500, I feel that's very nice balance option. You see here the moonlight looks very nice, and the light start to getting more nicer. So now we can get some cinematic effect. This more cinematic, I love this mood. And from VNate also you can increase or reduce this value. Okay, so now we have everything set up. So if we play the game, but let's go back here and start to play the game. So take a look what's gonna happening when the moon, the sunset or the sunrise start to come over. You see the light start to be absorbing, and it's gonna turn it off completely during the day. So now we have this very nice light effect. This is a foggy mood. And to reach the foggy mode, if you remember, I talk about the foggy mode. You can change the foggy mode from here. So if we take a look here, you see the difference between this mode and this mode. You can for sure change the light intensity, the skylight intensity to be 2, and now switch to the night. So, but now I just want to make something. So here I need to make my light still on until to reach some point of day. So if I am here and the night, so it start to turn it off here, but I need to keep the light on. All right, so how I can make this happening? So from the min, I'm gonna change this value. So now the light is still on, and whenever you move your light, boom, now the light have some more dilation, so which is something cool, right? So now when any light you add in the scene, it will turn it on and turn it off automatically with your the sunrise and sunset. You see, boom, with very nice smooth effect. It's not gonna be turned off or shut automatically. No, it's gonna have some nice blending between the on and off. All right, so so this option here, let's go back to I think that's everything here. But one more thing, we can also test it in other scene like the unfinished. Before we end, I'm just trying to give you everything here in this option. So let's remove this one and select the new one. All right, and take a look here. You see, just this is the default. We have this nice mode, but with some value, let's add this tree. We get some nice mood. Also from the sun itself, the light intensity at 3, we have this nice value. So now if we play the game, you see there is very nice balance between the day and night. And in the top, I'm always prefer to keep it 2. Now we have this nice cloud color. Now you see when you move to the exterior, the light has some nice eye adapter, and here we have this nice mood. You see the wow, here we have the moonlight, the light it change. Here it's dark. You see even here it looks very nice, right? So during the day, so you can switch to the night and start to change your effect 0.65. Right, so I think that's good enough. Maybe add this value. I love this value. So now we have this nice mood. Uh, Shadow of the moon for sure. As if you remember, I talk about the shadow. So let's put this 5 to have some nice shadow. Now the shadow of the moon is more softer. Now we can go around and start to play with this mood. We have this beautiful night mood, and let's watch the sunrise. You see, looks very nice, right? So that's it. That's everything. So you can switch between different moods. You can add foggy effects. You can change this one or to have low intensity. So you will have availability to do whatever you want with very simple option. With cloud coverage, you see now the scene is completely changed because the clouds, we have this nice effect. You can go and play with the color of the sun. So if we add more yellowish effect, you see this sky now looks very nice. So that's everything. That's everything. I hope you like this video. Please don't hesitate to book me anytime if you have any question. Test it, and please leave your comment and your review. Your comments is very important to me. I spend everything in this blueprint. I spend my whole time for 6 months to just reach these details, and I hope you like. I'm so excited to see your results. Don't hesitate to share this tool with your this video with your friends, and please also subscribe my YouTube channel and leave your comments, and see you in next video. Thank you guys, and see you.